Welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ and we are locked in. This is episode 4 of Power Book 4 Force, and it looks like it's going to be another good one. Last week, what did we see? There was a plan put together. It didn't quite work out between CBI and the Flynn family, but Tommy, in the exclusive clip that we seen, he sat down with Diamond and maybe we can push forward. But before we jump into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you'll be a part of it. Hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, Tommy wants to take over Chicago. How can he do it? Well, Claudia ran into him and she has a proposition that if he works with her, he can get a new type of drug and make a new stream of revenue within Chicago. So let's jump into it. This is episode 4 of Power Book 4 Force. We start off right where we left off. You remember Tommy had Gloria up against the glass. Well, when you wake up, you got to start off where you left off. You know what I'm saying? But doing all of this, Tommy's like, I'm good, but let me get a little drink. She goes over to the faucet. I'm talking about no Beretta picture, nothing. Get some of that water and they get back to it. Last week, Diamond and Jenard, they fought for who's going to have the top spot of CBI. We seen that Diamond won. Later on in the episode, we see that there's an actual plan that Jenard and Elijah has in play where he said he lost that fight on purpose. Now this week we see him meeting up at the barbershop where it doesn't seem too suspicious because Diamond, he's going to come here anyway. But we hear Jenard saying, I want that top spot. I put in 15 years of work just to let Diamond come back and take it. No. Now Jenard, he tells us a little backstory on himself. He said he had a different plan. He wanted to go off to school, go to college, not be in charge of CBI. But since he did that, he wants that spot. And you can hear Elijah saying, hey, if you want the crown, you got to go through Diamond. Jenard says he's prepared to do whatever it takes to get that top spot. And the only person he trusts is Elijah. And Elijah says he's down. So we're going to see how this plays out. Everyone's been wondering who exactly JP's son is. It's this young gentleman here named Elijah. Now he comes into the shop and Jenard's asking him, how many young boys can you get that's going to be able to roll with us? But they got to be smart. We can't have any knuckleheads. And he starts naming off people, Smoke. And I'm listening. I'm like, man, these dudes, they're expendable. And that means they could just go out there and get killed and we'll just replace them. But D-Mac is in charge of getting the young boys. So we going to see. We going to see. We already seen he put in work with that Mac 10 to shot up his dad's bar. Tommy and Liliana, they're sitting down and he's looking at the map and he's trying to make things happen. Now, you remember the original drug deal that went down with Jenard and Vic, and it was by a guy named Zamos? Well, she's telling them that he's a part of the Yardies and they're a little messed up over there, but she wants Tommy not to mess with him. He's like, I already did that. I actually killed one of them. But she starts to bring up Ghost and asks Tommy, okay, what are you doing with all this? And he's saying Ghost is dead. New York is over. This is Tommy's chance to make his own name in these streets. So Chicago is open for the taking. He asks Liliana a little bit about Claudia, and she gives the background that we already know. She's not allowed to be around that product. She's saying if she wasn't born into the Flynn family, she'd be selling perfume somewhere. But Tommy, since he got pulled over by her, he heard of that business opportunity. So he wants Liliana to follow her and see what she actually getting into. And he's talking about, I'll pay you $12.50 an hour. I would have told Tommy, make it even 15. You got a deal. But we're going to see what we can come up with on Claudia. Claudia's out here trying to make a name for herself in the streets. Everyone knows her as, oh, that's Walter Flynn's daughter. That's Vic's sister. She's not in the streets like that. Well, she has this new product and she's trying to get it out to people. We seen her go to Tommy with it. Now she's going to this gentleman, gave him a little sample, and he's like, does your dad know about this? She's saying, look, don't tell my dad, don't tell my brother, and we can get some business going here. And this man, he trusts Claudia so much, he gave her cash up front as a pre-sale order. Like, I'll go ahead and give you the cash now. So it looks like Claudia, hey, her face card is valid. People say, okay, you know what I'm saying? She trying to do something. Let's see what she got here. This is one of the clips that they released earlier this week and I broke it down. It's between Tommy and Diamond. Tommy just wants to make sure that everything is good between him and Diamond, even though that deal didn't go how it planned. You heard me in the intro say Diamond, he may forgive, but he doesn't forget. Now we know that the Flynn family, they killed 9 CBI members for something that they thought that they did, but they didn't. So now Diamond's here and he's like, sit down, have a eat. Now, these two old gentlemen that own the diner, Tommy asked for a cup of coffee. And they like, we ain't work our ass off all our life. Oh, slaving over that grill just to be serving coffee. This ain't Starbucks. And whatever Diamond tells you about his boxing career, He's being modest about it. He's not telling you the truth. They said they seen him knock a dude out the ring 2 rows back. I'm talking about, okay, Diamond really putting in that work. Diamond invited Vic over here because he wanted to at least hear him out. Now, of course, Tommy, he's wondering why'd you do this when his family, they feel a certain way about CBI. Well, Vic comes and he says, I know you didn't do nothing, Diamond, because what happened to my uncle and aunt, that wasn't something that CBI would do. And Diamond hears this and he respects him because he knows that's not how my crew moved. Even though his father got 9 of them killed, he kind of earned a little bit of respect from Diamond and he's allowed to sit down. Now, Vic, we already heard him tell Tommy last week, when it comes to business, I don't care what happened between us. Now, of course, he can't let his father know what's going on here. And if we all partner together, that's how we can all make money. Because the way Walter's running the old school way, that's not going to work. So even if us 3 do it behind my father's back, that means, hey, CBI in the South, y'all can move things in the North, and I'll be able to move things from the North to the South. Let's make it happen. And then the same thing happens. It's got to be a white boy thing. I'll just have a glass of coffee. He's like, man, this is some white boy shit. Uncle Paulie, he's walking down, looks like a skid row type. It's a whole bunch of homeless people, and he runs into a kid. And it turns out this man, I called him a kid, but his son is homeless. Now, he said your mother, she's been at home cooking all this, and it looks like he's a junkie also. Paulie doesn't want to give him any money, but he's like, come on, Dad, help me out, man, just a little bit. So Paulie's like, damn, all right, man, here go $5. Now, it may have been like $100, but his son is a junkie. Liliana, she's making worth of that $12.50 an hour. So she's actually out here. She's taking pictures of Claudia. She's following her around like Tommy asked. She's behind a little fence. Claudia's over there making these deals. They over here, I'm talking about, we doing it big time. And these ladies, they doing it in high fashion. You know what I'm saying? We got the new 3-headed monsters. Instead of it being 2 black people and 1 white guy, it's 2 white guys and 1 black guy. We got Diamond, Tommy, and Vic. They all riding together. Now they're backtracking and they're about to try to do another deal with Seamus. You remember the guy that was in the first episode? Well, he wasn't there, but 2 people there. They're junkies. Just like Paulie's son is part of the Yardie crew. Now, Diamond says, I used to work with him back in the day, so I'll do the intro and then we can start negotiating. This whole time, Tommy is getting the pictures from Liliana from her following Claudia. So we're about to see if this deal can go down. Now, Diamond gets a call from Elijah. We've seen that Elijah seems like his loyalty is all towards Jenard. Maybe this phone call is leading into him trying to set up Diamond for something. This could be part of the plan. Elijah saying, hey, y'all got to get out of there. The police are coming. So did Jenard set this up? Or was it Vic with the cops from Bennigan? We don't know yet, but Elijah, he looked out for him. I knew it had to do something with Bennigan, but when he drives by, he looks in the vehicle and he sees Vic and they make eye contact. We know Bennigan is working with Vic, but he's chasing after a random truck with some people hanging out of it with guns. This whole scene isn't making sense to me. It seems like it's a setup. Vic sees him and doesn't say anything, but you remember Bennigan came to the barbershop. Diamond is looking, he's like, shit, I seen that cop before. Now, I don't know if he's seen that Diamond was in the vehicle, but I know that he's seen Vic. So I don't know, this whole thing is a little fishy to me. Once the trio clears the scene, they all hop out and they're trying to discuss on what's actually happening. Now Vic says, oh, that cop is on my payroll. Is he the one that sent you to jail? Diamond says, nah, but after I got out, he came over there. Now Tommy don't know what the heck is going on. He's just saying, if you got heat on you, you got to let us know. Diamond is saying, well, I'm letting you know now. Because no one really knows what's going on. He drove past us and they were chasing a random truck at the same spot that we were supposed to have a meetup. It's just not making sense. Claudia and Maya, they've been out. We've seen them setting up deals earlier in the day. Now, Claudia wants to know who cooked up this batch here. Now, Maya, she's kind of lying and hesitant about it, saying I did. And then she's like, are you sure? Make sure you answer correctly. But then she admits that she had a chemist. Now, Claudia wants to meet this chemist because if they made it that good, we got to make sure it's done that way each and every time, especially if we already got people paying for it. Now, the reason Ma was hesitant on that is because she feels like Claudia is calling too many shots. And she wants to make sure she partnered with the right person. And it's going to be more of a 50-50 thing instead of Claudia making all the shots. And it seems more like a 90-10. You know what I'm saying? Because Claudia is saying, this is what I do. Tommy and Vic, they're riding off and he's telling me I got to go do something. Tommy says, after I drop you off, you can do it. So Vic says, let's go get a drink. And of course, they're going to Gloria's bar. But when they get out, he tells Tommy, I know that you're smashing Gloria, but just understand that that's temporary. So Tommy, he was iffy on going on there anyway, just because he was just at Gloria's house this morning. But you hear Vic clearly say, hey, I'm not going to let me and her being on the break come in between me making business and some money. So he just wants to know that, Tommy, you're not going to try to kill me while we doing this because of jealousy over Gloria, because I'm going to leave it out of the whole situation. As long as we get money together, you could do whatever the hell you want. Vic's ride comes and picks him up, and you just heard him say, Tommy, I just want to make sure you don't put two in the back of my head. So before he leaves, you hear Tommy tell him, oh, you got a small head. I only need one shot. And Gloria was looking out the window the whole time like, oh, yeah, Gloria, you got these two white boys fighting over you. Our boy Jenard is really, how could I put it, power deprived. Now he's talking about, you lucky Elijah was on the scanner or you'd have went back to jail. When I was trying to work with the yardies, you were all up on me. But these two white boys, you know what I'm saying, they got you thinking other things. And Diamond is saying you were doing it small. This was a good play for us. Now Elijah removes himself for the situation and says, you two, y'all got to get right. And what Diamond is saying is, look, we got an opportunity to make money. But Jenard is also piggybacking off of it saying, you got to make a decision. You going to rock with what we got going on, or you going to go with these crazy white boys? Because that has nothing to do with us. We worried about CBI, and I've been running it for 15 years since you were locked up. So don't give me that we trying to go get this money, because I've been doing this ever since you were gone. So you got to make a decision, Diamond. It looks like Vic is trying to boss up out here. We already know Walter Flynn does not want him doing anything with Tommy, the renegade white boy, but especially not with those black boys in the CBI. Now he's hearing that his son is running around with him, and he's saying, I'm trying to push the future of the family forward. Now Walter, he gives him that little speech. There is no future unless I give it to you. So at this point, you know what Vic says? Look, if I leave and go do what I want with Gloria, you consider me not a man, but as long as I'm with you and under you, I'm considered a boy. So he threw his glass, and Walter sees that his son, that's that fire I want, son. But he doesn't want him to separate from him and do his own thing. He wants him to inherit what the Flynn family has. Tommy comes in here and he talks to Gloria and he's saying, so there is someone. And of course we all know it's Vic. And she's saying, you know what it feels like to be in my shoes. Because Tommy, he's been there before. He's messed with women that had guys. But he's saying, I'm going to go to a different bar. I can't mix business with pleasure. And I'm never going to turn down the opportunity to make business. This is one of the smartest business decisions ever that Tommy has made. He's thinking clearly, talking about, I'm going to go to another bar. But thanks for welcoming me to Chicago. So that means Gloria, she doesn't have Vic right now. She doesn't have Tommy right now. And I am available. So call me. Walter pulls up on Tommy. That's it. I had enough. My son's throwing glasses in my office. Let me come and talk to Tommy directly. Now he's saying, I see what you're doing, you know, with the little hillbillies, the junkies. You're getting rid of them, but you're trying to chip away at my city piece by piece. And I can't let that happen. And you're steering my son the wrong way. But Tommy tells him straight up, this is what Vic wants. He's not forcing Vic to do this. Vic and Diamond spoke to each other and then showed up. So Tommy's just bringing them along. If there's a chance to make some money, why not? But like I told you guys, Walter, he wants his son to run this organization that he's been setting up for him since he was born. But now that he's starting to think on his own and having his own free will, he sees that he's losing his son. So the only thing he could do is go talk to Tommy because he can't get through Vic's head. But Tommy and Vic, they have an understand. Business first, and that's all that matters. Everyone's been asking about the card with the spider on it. Now, we know in New York, that was the cartel's signature card. Well, when Liliana gets into her house, it looks like the cartel is caught up with her because they throw a bag over her head and they ask, where's the bricks at? Where's that work at? They slap the hell out of her too. Now it's about to get serious. Back at JP's house, we get introduced to his father. You know, the one that slept with Kate, Tommy's mom, you know? So he's starting to say, okay, if you're really Kate's son, is everything like her like you? And Tommy's like, nah, I'm trying to be nothing like her. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, JP says Tommy is a solid 6, maybe a 7 on the craziness. But then he goes into details about how he raised JP and wanted him to be able to see that family environment. So he used to take him to the park all the time. Tommy's like, dang, that was good. Now, Herman, he seems like he don't put up with nothing because Tommy tried to jump in. He's like, hey, don't jump in when I'm talking. I'm on a roll. But they start talking about a tooth fairy and how JP used to believe that there was a tooth fairy. He would put like little footprints on the floor, and JP thought that, you know, a little fairy was coming in here. But Tommy's like, why would a fairy walk when they could fly? But they didn't think of that. So Tommy, he even says, Kate is the type of mom that would just leave a kid behind. That's who she is. And that's how Herm was thinking when he told JP, what kind of mom would do that? Tommy explained it. That's why she's dead to Tommy. She's not mother worthy. I told y'all it's getting serious over here. Now, we don't know who these gentlemen are. Sounds like they have a Russian accent or something. I don't know. But they got the bag on their head and they looking for them drugs. But of course they can't kill her because they want to find the drugs. Bennigan, he pulls over our boy Vic because he's seen him out there at the yards. And Vic is playing it cool. He's talking about, who you talking about? Diamond. Who is this guy? I never heard of him. Diamond Sanford? I don't know who he is. But Bennigan is saying, man, don't go out there, man. It's dangerous out there. But Vic pretty much gets straight to the point. Look, I'm paying you. Who's going to take care of your sister if you go down? Now, of course, Bennigan's getting upset, but you can't really get mad. You in too deep. Once you became that dirty cop, that's all on you. But there's something wrong with his sister, so that's why he's accepting this extra money from Vic. And Vic's like, I'm just going to roll the window up and drive off because get out of here. You're not important to us. They got our girl Liliana in here. They burning her hand and she talking big shit, y'all. I'm talking about my daddy used to smoke cigars. I could tell by the wrapper on the cigar, and you look cheap. So they start burning her hand. But he said, okay, you don't want to give us the drugs? Where you want this next one to go? And they get ready to put it on that eye. Now, it's one thing to get burned on your hand, on your arm, your leg or something. But to get an eye burned out, she said, I'll give you the drugs. I'll give you the drugs. She folded all that tough talk. Yeah, it went out the window quickly. We got Tommy over here chilling with the family. And Pops is saying, look, if you're just another complication in JP's life, just keep it moving. Now, Tommy and JP, they like, hey, my bad, bro. My bad. I was just talking a little bit. But he gets a text message from Liliana. And what does it say? Meet me at 5727 Fairmont Ave and bring Ghost. Now, we know that those gentlemen are over there with her. And they want those bricks. So she probably lied and said, oh, Ghost has them. We're going to see what happens with this. Now, knowing that Ghost is dead, Tommy's reading this. And he's reading between the lines. If she's texting about Ghost, he knows something has to be up because he already explained to her that Ghost is dead. So this is just a code. Now we hear them in the car. They're asking her, where's your connect at? We hear the driver mention Tommy Egan's name. Now she's getting a little worried like, uh-oh, how do they know Tommy is here? But she's looking around because if don't nobody show up, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. Now one of the gentlemen, he's getting out and he's going back to the stash house. He's going to be there in an hour. That's how long we got. So wherever the hell Tommy is, he need to get a move on it. They demand Liliana's phone because they want to see where the hell is Tommy at? Where's your connect at? And when they check it, he reads it. He sees Claudia's picture, and then he also says, and bring Ghost. Who is Ghost? Tommy busts through the window, pop, pop, hits the first dude, blood splatters on the other guy. That's who Ghost is. That stainless steel. You know, the one that laid Ghost down? Yeah. Bring the gun that killed Ghost, or really killed Angela. Tommy out there letting off shots too. I'm talking about we busted it till the clip is empty. But sometimes you got to do that in these streets. Liliana ain't gonna let this slide. Y'all done burned my hand. She hops up with the knife, starts getting in his neck. Man, this is a duo we did not expect. She looking out there at Tommy like, what the hell took you so long? What did I tell y'all? Her texting Ghost, that was just a code. He knew something had to be up because Ghost is dead. Great minds think alike. Hey, if y'all need a third member, let me know. I'm down to ride. Now, a lot of people were saying, is it the Jimenez cartel? No, these are Serbs. And he wants to know, did you know this? She's like, oh, I didn't have enough time to figure out the accent. When I heard, I was thinking there's Russian dialect or something like that. Come on now, we knew it wasn't no Spanish. And they didn't even look Spanish, he was a white man. Now the leader of their organization is actually a woman. And you remember the other brother? not the driver, but the one that hopped out and went to the stash, if they don't report in an hour, they're going to be coming and look for Liliana. So they like, man, run it. Get anything we can up off their body, and we got to lay low at this point. Because if the Serbs, that means they got a little organization here. They're going to have some muscle. Right now, it's just us two. They pushed the SUV out into the water. Now they got to get her to a spot where she can be safe. So, of course, he takes her to Diamond because the Serbs only know about her. Now, they heard about Tommy Egan, but, you know, they don't really have nothing on them right now. So, Diamond, is it all right if, you know, she gets a babysitter and stays over here? We know that Jenard owes her $8,000, so I don't know how he's going to feel about this. He tells Liliana, look, Diamond's going to let you stay here, but shut the hell up and just listen to everything. You put us in a bad situation with the Serbs, just like how Tommy told Flynn, I'm not from Chicago. I don't have to do things the way y'all do it, where we separate blacks and black and white and Hispanic. No, we don't do that. The Serbs, they play by their own rules. I told y'all before Jenard even came out, he wasn't going to want to do this. He's talking about not Scarface, and she asking about that 8 bands. Man, let's see what nonsense these two are going to get in. Both of the sidekicks stuck together, and they got to make it work. The boss of the Serbs, she shows up in a private helicopter, got the little cigarette. One fucking girl put all of this in motion. One fucking girl. Yeah, your crew is messing up, man, with all due respect. You had to get some new hitters out here. Diamond and Tommy, they dip off. Jenard, he's down here with her, and she's talking about it must kill you to have to watch me. And he's like, did Tommy give you that scar? He's done with all that. If my brother wants to run off with that wild ass white boy, so be it. But I'm not going to get into that. And he asks her, why do you run with Tommy if he's responsible for that scar? And she says straight up, I go where the money is. I mean, that's plain and simple. If you ain't got no bread, you got to go where the money reside, right? Tommy starts to explain to Jenard that no, he's not smashing Liliana, but they had a past. She used to work with him. And then he starts to explain how Ghost may have killed one of the Serbs' boss. You remember that. So he's saying they kind of know who Tommy is now, and especially because they said his name while they were in the vehicle. So they know Tommy Egan is in Chicago now. So not only are they looking for her to get the work back, they still have some unfinished business with Tommy from his dealings with Ghost back in New York City. Now, we found out that the real boss of the Serbs is a guy named Ronovan, but he's out of the country. Tommy says when he gets back to Chicago, cut the head off the snake, and we take over that pipeline, and we become what the Serbs were. Now, that's Tommy's plan. Get rid of the Serbs, and he takes over. But Diamond, he's hearing this, and he's saying, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. I can't do this with you, though, Tommy. I can't do it with you. And once you start it, there's no coming back from this. It's just going to be more and more people involved with the Serbs that are going to come. So Diamond, he doesn't want anything to do with it. Now, he will pay that little tax, whatever that Tommy wants from it, from whatever he's moving. But he doesn't want no parts in taking out the Serbs. And I respect him for that. At least he's up front. He didn't say, all right, let's do it and then back out. He told him before the plan even started, I can't do this with you. D-Mac and his knuckleheads. You remember all the people he was naming off to Jenard, and I told you none of them were good. Well, they come back to JP's bar, and he's talking about, let's burn this thing up. The boy's like, man, let's rob it first. He's like, nah, let's just go in there and burn it up. But JP comes out this time with a bat. JP and D-Mac, they make eye contact. You know, D-Mac has a picture of his father. So he looks, and the reason he shoots up at the glass is because he knows that this is his father. Now, I don't know what he's holding against him, why he wants to keep burning up his stuff. Of course, JP doesn't know what his son looks like. He hasn't seen him in over 14 years. But you hear the lady talking about, I'm going to call the cops. So D-Mac, he wanted to see his father, even though he wanted to burn it down. When he seen his father, that changed his mind. His homeboys run off. D-Mac, he's sitting there. He's starting to tear up a little bit. And JP's asking, why you keep messing with my club? And he's tearing up because he knows that this is his father. Now, he's probably wondering, why weren't you in my life? But in reality, it was his damn mama that took him away from him. So you got to talk these things through. Y'all know my answer to this. Conversation rules the nation. If you can talk something out, 9 times out of 10, you can get past whatever you were at. But he ends up running off. This is the first night we've seen a packed house. I won't even say packed. We'll say 50% packed at Gloria's bar. Now, Vic is behind the bar. Hey, what you want to drink? I'm like, look at Vic putting in work. Now, there's a napkin back there with a house drawn on it. And he's saying that this was our dream house. And you know how she's feeling about Vic right now. She throws it in the sink. It's a pipe dream, Vic. And she walks off. But he gets it back out. That's sentimental value. Jenard in here chopping up some lines. He's getting this nose game right. And he's like, you want in on this? She said, if I don't cut it, I don't want it. We know he owes her money. And she's saying, if you pay me money, I'll tell you how I met Tommy. And he said, Tommy and Diamond, I don't want to hear about them no more. They ain't no shot callers. But he does end up giving her money so he can touch the scar on her face. This man Jenard is, he's on something else. Why would you want to touch that scar? And then he kissed on the star. Why? Why did you pay to do that? People, stay off the drugs. It's time to meet with the chemist. And of course, Claudia has a plan in her mind. Maya used to work with Dahlia, and she's the chemist. So she's saying, I thought we used to work together. Maya said, opportunity not. I'm here with her. Now, it turns out this chemist, she actually falsified some documents. You remember the pills that they're using, it was for like a weight loss or a diet pill. So what they're doing is basically blackmailing, saying Maya's going to take the stand because we have records that you falsified documents pretty much guaranteed that these things will work. So instead of us taking the stand and telling on you, you'll work for us and you'll be making up batches of drugs. Tommy got the call. Miss Tatiana is waiting. Now, when he gets there, she's like, hey, where's your partner? How did Ghost die? And he's like, I'm sorry, Jason couldn't be here, but she doesn't want to hear that. We know that Jason is dead. Let's get to business. How did Ghost die? Just when we thought she wanted to even up the score and get back at Liliana, Tommy tells her, I'm dead. We can't even up the score. You just got to hold your L. I'm not going to let you get to her. Vic comes out the back, knocks off two of her guards. Now Tommy is up 6-0. 6-0. Miss Tatiana. Shall we continue? Man, now Tommy is up 7-0 because she talking big shit. If you gonna kill me, because I'm the one that spared your life. She tried to run off and grab that pistol. Tommy said, not today. Right in the neck. Killing me softly with his words. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about later. Down. 3 bodies. We got the coke. We back in the game. He goes back, lets Liliana know everything. She's talking about a storm's coming. Who cares? We in the game. There you go, episode 4 of Power Force. It keeps getting better and better. We just got our bricks back. We got rid of the surge for a little bit. Tommy, Diamond, Vic, we working together. Man, it looks like it's up from here. Let me know what you guys think. Is this killing of the Serbs going to come back and bite Tommy later on? I want to know what you guys think. I'm MoedotJ. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you tune in Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern for the live after show discussion of episode 4 of Power. I'm MoedotJ. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.